following on from my last episode, the time machine conversion, I didn't want to damage my car in any way, shape or form for the time machine equipment. So I had to come up with a way of making brackets and fixing points on the car that were already there and adapting them to make another bracket that would hold like the flux boxes on, or the flux bands themselves, and all the equipment that I needed on the outside of the car. Also, it needed to step off the car so I don't damage the car as I'm driving along with the clips and all the brackets and that they don't rub on my stainless steel. So it was developing a system where I could come off those brackets through. For instance, where my indicators are on the front indicator lights, I took them out, and where they were mounted to the actual chassis, the fiberglass part of the car, the polycarbonate part. So when I took the indicators out, they were mounted to the actual frame of the car. So I used that mounting point to bring a studded bar off that had a nut on that you could actually bolt the actual both sides of the flux boxes on and put the nuts on, and the nuts look like they're part of it. So when you look at it even really closely, you can't tell that it's actually got the mounting points actually built into the car, because it actually brings the flux boxes flush with the side of the car but not sitting on my stainless steel panels. Because I thought, as you drive, of course the car moves and shakes along, whatever it does, and the last thing you want is that rubbing against your stainless. So it was to develop new brackets and a new way of doing it. Yes, it slows me down. So it slowed me down, yes, in the build, but I thought, well, I don't mind spending a little bit extra time trying to think about these things to make sure that my car is kept in A1 condition. And of course, there's everything that I didn't build it out of. So everything I did it out of real parts, real materials. I didn't want to go down the 3D route. Yes, you can get the accuracy 110%, but I just felt that my car is going to be outside in all weathers, all conditions. It's going to be hot, it's going to be cold, it's going to be wet. It's always, and I don't know why, but every time I lift the garage door up and pull my car out, it rains. So it needed to be strong parts that could take all the elements. So I thought I'll build it out of aluminium plate, and everything, every part, every pipe is even real. So they're real high pressure pipes and fittings and everything. So I don't have to worry about that side of things. And the vents were a project in themselves, because trying to find the dimensions is quite difficult. So you do need to befriend a few people in the Back to the Future community that would allow you access to the dimensions. Because if you don't get the dimensions 100% correct, it just looks off. I spoke to Kevin Pike, I had a good 20 minutes with Kevin Pike about how he built the time machine and how they kept it running throughout the actual filming. And he went over with mine for 20 minutes telling me all the little bits I needed to do and things. And he said it's kind of like symmetry. You can't tell what it is out, but if something's not 100% right, it just doesn't look right. And that's where the vents on the back can trip some of the conversions on. Maybe it's 5 or 10 degrees out, or they're not quite long enough, or they're too wide, and just those things can actually just make the conversion look odd. And it's weird because he said about symmetry, but you think all these parts that they made it from were just like old aircraft parts, bits that they found in the aircraft scrap place that they went to buy all bits. But there is a line of symmetry there. It's really, really strange. And I can see when I started to build that everything has got that mirror image. So when you're building your actual vents on the back, just make sure you get the dimensions, get the correct ones, and then cutting the plates. I cut it all myself to make sure they were 100% accurate, and then I actually clamped it all together, and then I did get somebody else to do the weld lines, because I wanted the weld lines to follow the weld lines of the A car. So some weld lines go that way and some go that way. So that is all correct, but my welding skills were not that accurate to get that lovely flow of weld line all the way down and across. So it's amazing, because when people see my car, they actually go, oh God, the attention to detail. And I think that's what it is, the attention to detail that I put into every screw, and make sure that every weld line and everything bolted down and it was all flush. It takes ages, but it showed through on the conversion, on the total conversion. It just looks right.